Hey, Chris Liepe here. So you're singing aggressive or high material and your voice tires out before you think it should. Maybe you're singing not aggressive and easy material and your voice still tires out before you think it should. This video is going to help. And we're going to be looking at a snippet of Circle With Me by Spiritbox as our exercise to help us approach our voice in new ways so that we get way more energy and stamina out of our voice. Now, what I'm going to be doing in this video will not be usable to you if you don't have a fundamental understanding of how to support your voice correctly. We're not going to cover basic support in this lesson. We're not going to cover how it's supposed to feel. If you want to dial in your support so that this and many other vocal concepts are exponentially more useful, click the link below in the video description or the pinned comment and join my free voice course. The number one reason vocalists tire before they want to or feel like they should is because of excess vocal weight being used. What ends up happening is we've got this song that we're trying to get through, or maybe we're trying to get through lots of songs, and we wind up, as our voice changes throughout the evening or changes throughout the recording session, we wind up compensating for the fact that we're getting tired by pushing more without knowing it. And we end up pushing more or throwing more weight, throwing more breath pressure behind our voice, even at the beginnings of sessions or shows, because we're trying to keep the energy up, because we're trying to hit certain notes, because we're trying to get a certain tone. Now, what do I mean by vocal weight? Well, this is a light sound. This is a light sound. This is a heavy sound. This is a heavy sound! You might think, oh, well, you're just belting or talking softly. Not entirely. I was using different resonances. I was placing my voice in different places. I was using different registers. Some of that was in my head voice. Some of that was in my chest voice. Sometimes I was using a little bit more compression, which is a great way to put vocal weight into our sound without necessarily dumping a bunch of air. This can be a tool, but if we're using that all the time, then that's going to burn our voice out as well. If you can learn to consciously vary your vocal weight through melodies, through passages, through songs, through a whole night of singing, this unintentional adding vocal weight all night won't happen. We're going to use the chorus of Circle With Me to practice being intentional about our vocal weight. I'm just going to read this mindlessly without any consideration for what I just said. Feel the weight of a martyr, it could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Traitor, cut down the altar, it could all be yours, vultures circling the flame. All right, that was a very static weight. And it's very important that we're doing this speaking first. Now, I'm going to bring vocal weight in, and I'm going to bring it out over certain places that I want to emphasize in the lyrics. I'm not taking melody into consideration here at all, or the physical challenges of singing the melody. I'm just going to go off of expression and try to vary the weight, and it's going to feel really cool. Now, I'm going to use several ways to vary my weight. I'm going to use breath pressure and compression. I'm going to use that, which is a function of proper support. I'm going to use resonance, forward versus back, resonating around the soft palate versus resonating towards the front of my face, the front of my mouth. And I'm going to use registers, head voice versus chest voice. All right? So those three main ways of varying my vocal weight. And it's probably going to sound a little funny as you're dialing this in, but let it sound funny. In all things vocals, you have to be willing to sound funny. Feel the weight. feel the weight of a martyr. Feel the weight of a martyr. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Traitor cuts down the altar. It could all be yours. Vultures circling the flame. Try it again. Feel the weight. Feel the weight of a martyr. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Traitor, cut down the altar. It could all be yours. Vultures circling the flame. Once we've gotten comfortable with being dynamic with our weight, even if the expression sounds a little weird, it's time to go to the melody. Now, this is a challenging melody and a challenging part of my voice to sing. You don't have to use this song. This is just an example. But I encourage you to use one that would normally cause you to burn out too quickly. I'm going to put some verb on just to vibe a little bit. I'm going to start out by not varying my weight. I'm just going to plow and hit these notes at an intensity I feel is what should be. And you'll see what happens. I burn out, and it ends up sounding sort of plowed. Feel the weight of a martyr. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Traitor, cut down the altar. It could all be yours. Vultures circling the flame. I want to be able to not only more lyrically deliver this, but I want to be able to have a voice by the time I'm done recording it. And planning out your approach and getting familiar with varying your vocal weight is not only valuable in the studio, but it's super valuable when you go to sing live. Now, I'm going to modify each of those areas of my voice that I talked about, my resonance, my registers, and my breath pressure, in order to vary my vocal weight. Feel the weight of a martyr. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Ooh, okay, let's listen to just that. I want to solo that out. You'll hear the varying vocal weight. Is it where I want it to be? Maybe not, but I think it's close. Feel the weight of a martyr. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. You hear me going up and down, and I'm much lighter here. Feel the weight. That was actually started in head voice. Feel the weight of a martyr. Then right on weight, there's a reason I chose this line. Feel the weight. I start bringing the weight in. Feel the weight of a martyr. I swell that. I grow the breath pressure. I bring it more forward. Martyr. There. Then here. It could all be yours if could all. That's a little bit more back in resonance, way less breath pressure, not really any compression there. I'll be yours if you bringing it forward there. Echo birds of prey. Then I compressed it again for prey. Let's do the next little bit. I'll be yours if you echo birds of prey. Traitor, cuts down the altar. This could all be yours. Vultures circling the flame. Feel the weight of a martyr. A traitor watching me as. Here's why this is so helpful, and it goes back to basic body movements. If I do the exact same movement over and over again, even if it's not a challenging movement, if I do that for long enough without modifying anything else in my body, I'm going to get tired, I'm going to get tense, and I might even create a repetitive stress injury. That's why so many people have problems with, typing on a keyboard for a long period of time. It's not because necessarily that they're doing it for a long period of time. It's because they're doing just this. They're in the same position. They're doing the same motion over and over again for a long period of time. So with our voice, if we can vary the approach constantly, we will have more stamina. Feel the weight of a martyr, a traitor, right? Head voice down to chest voice with lots of compression. Feel the weight of a martyr, a traitor, watching me as... So I'm actually saving up here. A traitor! I know I've got this watching me! I know I've got that coming up. And so I want to give myself a break before that, so I have energy to do it. And then afterward, me as birds of prey never falter. So, vocal weight management. How can you considerately and mindfully, strategically plan weight variations in your vocal approach with some of your most challenging songs? I guarantee you, your voice will feel stronger and more expressive. Again, if you'd like help dialing in the basics so that you can do this better, click that link below and join my free course. We'll see you for more.